YouTube making great decisions again, man. I love to see it. You know what I'm saying? It seems like all the time now, in the last few years, this has been something that we've had to constantly address from this company, but am I surprised? Not at all. Should you be surprised? Not at all. But I mean, I think this is one of the more egregious cases of YouTube stepping out of line that we've seen in probably ever, to be honest. I mean, YouTube has done some very stupid things. They have made some very poor decisions, very, very horrible decisions that just, they don't make sense from the jump. They don't even really benefit anybody at the end of the day, but this is one where like you can clearly see the benefit in YouTube's favor. And I think they're kind of hoping that this is something that's just gonna slide by, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna sneak by, no one's gonna notice, nobody's gonna care, you feel me? So basically, YouTube is, I don't even know how to put this the right way to introduce it. YouTube is expanding their right to monetize to pretty much all content on the platform is the best way that I can put that. Now, you're probably like, oh, well, Optimus, they've already been doing that, right? Like, pretty much everyone that I watch most likely has advertisements on their videos and things like that. What's the big deal, okay? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and break this down. So, YouTube does not monetize all content on the website, at least as it stands now, and for the vast majority of time, right? Like, you had to join something called the YPP, the YouTube Partner Program. That's when ads would start running on videos and stuff like that, when they, verified that you weren't some psychopath or something crazy out here trying to, uploading terrorist videos or something wild, right? So they basically built this program around this to like kind of vet people into running ads on their videos. And YouTube's had quite the PR disaster when it comes to advertisements on videos in the last few years, especially when I guess not good content gets ads on it, and that's kind of why this is so big. But now YouTube is expanding it beyond that to the point where you don't have to be in the YouTube Partner Program for them to monetize your content. Now, once again, you're probably like, oh, well, Optimus, bro, what's the big deal with that? That's not an issue, you know what I'm saying? That's nothing big. Well, the reason that this is important is because YouTube updated their terms of service to add this in, but the thing is, it doesn't mean that creators are going to be making money. It doesn't mean that people are going to be getting that money. So basically, YouTube has gotten to the point where they're monetizing content that's not within the YouTube Partner Program so that they can make money off of it, and they will not be compensating these people. So, I'm in the YouTube Partner Program, that's how ads run on my channel, things like that, right? It was a pretty, I would say, efficient system in monetizing people. I mean, it worked for what it was. Could it have been better? Absolutely. But, is it anything that needed some just ridiculous change like this? Absolutely not. So, now we're talking about people who aren't contracted with YouTube in any way, because obviously we're all considered like independent contractors under Google's terms, and these people, like, they haven't even signed the agreement with YouTube to monetize content or anything like that. Now, at the end of the day, does YouTube have the right to do this? Absolutely. I mean, it is their platform. They have the right to monetize content on it, but does it make it right? No, not even close. And I'm going to go ahead and explain this, because a lot of people are defending YouTube for this. And I think it's because they don't fully understand what's happening here. Like, they don't actually understand the gravity of this situation here. YouTube is using your content to profit off of and not paying you. So, you upload a video to YouTube or whatever, and, you don't have any subscribers, right? Let's say you have 30 subscribers, you upload a video of you, I don't know, eating pizza rolls and falling down the stairs. Something crazy, right? Now, obviously, a big part of YouTube is, like, virality, right? The video goes viral or whatever, it gets 10 million views. It's not monetized, right? So you're not making any money off of it. That kind of sucks, but the point, I guess, is to grind a little bit, right? To focus up and really try to build your audience up so that you can apply for monetization. Well, now YouTube's getting to the point where they're going to monetize that video, okay? And they're going to make money off of your viral content, and you're not going to see a dime of it. Now, from what I understand, this is legal, you know what I'm saying? They can do this. It is their platform. They updated the terms of service. You have to agree to those to use the website, so YouTube is basically holding this one over people's heads. YouTube is pushing this through with pretty much no resistance, because what can anyone really do? Now, obviously, people started calling this into question because it's fucking stupid, and nobody thinks that this is a good idea except for YouTube and people who don't really understand what's going on here. So people started to question it, and of course YouTube is now trying to defend it, and they're doing so very poorly, you know what I'm saying? They have no idea how to defend themselves on anything, and this is a common thing with YouTube. They make these stupid fucking announcements on things that nobody asked for, nobody really wants. Like, who wants to make a viral video and have no money come from it but YouTube profits? Who thinks that that's a cool idea? There's nobody on planet Earth with like more than 4 brain cells who thinks of that and is like, yeah, that's fucking cool. That's sweet. You know what I'm saying? That just, it's not happening. So YouTube are the only people who really think that this is a good idea, okay? Now, they tried to, I guess, clarify this by basically saying, oh, bro, we're only gonna do this on content that's ad-friendly, right? You know, our bots are getting better at figuring out what videos are monetizable and what isn't monetizable. We're putting the trust into them. We're not gonna run, you know, advertisements on content that we think is bad and all this other bullshit. Let me go ahead and explain this to you. If this is somehow your first run-in with YouTube and you've never experienced the wrath of this company before, they're fucking lying to you. YouTube is, at this point, so good at trolling people, I think, because they'll make these, you know, announcements. They'll make these decisions that people do not like. But what they do is they don't add context, right? Like, they make the announcement and they say the bare fucking minimum, right? They say the only things that they can say to describe what's going on. There's no clarity to it. There's no context to it. There's no additional information to help you process this. They just drop a fucking bombshell on your head, right? It'd be like if you're sitting at the house and someone walked in and is just like, hey, your car doesn't work anymore, man. And you're just like, yo, what the fuck? My car doesn't work. You go outside and it's literally on fire, just burned. It exploded like GTA 5. And you're just like, yo, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, we forgot to clarify. I accidentally blew your car up. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, they never give any context or additional info. So they tried to this time, of course, because, you know, you wait until everyone's mad to explain what you're actually going to do and then hope that they then forgive you and are cool with it. So we're not going to show ads on videos that aren't monetizable. They're not ad friendly. Let me go ahead and call bullshit on that one. Let me go ahead and call this for what this is, okay? YouTube is stepping past this boundary because they realize money is on the table. You know, they realize that they can make a fucking boatload of money extra for doing literally nothing to make this change. This is a change that if they make, they're going to profit from, and no one can fucking do anything about it. What are we gonna be mad for a few days? YouTube doesn't care. They piss off the community every other week. So they realize they're about to make some more money. They realize that they have the right to do it, so they're gonna do it, even if the community doesn't like it. And then they're gonna rely on these bullshit Team YouTube explanations on Twitter that don't explain anything to try and calm people down. And it seems like it's working to a certain extent. But let me go ahead and explain to you that it's bullshit that they're not going to run ads on not ad-friendly content. What YouTube has done here, basically, is over the last few years, they've demonetized a fuckload of people. Maybe you said penis in your videos too much, or you cursed too much, or you played too edgy of gameplay or something, right? But at the end of the day, they demonetized your punk ass, you know what I'm saying? Nice job having no money, you poor, broke piece of shit. That's how YouTube is treating you. I mean, how many adpocalypses have we been through at this point, you know? It's insane to think about, but like, how many have we really been through? So now what they're doing is they're basically going, you know, we're demonetizing a lot of people, and there's a lot of lost revenue. Why don't we just start advertising on videos that aren't in the partner program, which means they have all the control over the partner program. They're gonna make money regardless of whether or not you're in it, and they can monetize content that maybe they were wrong on in the past, okay? So we've gotten to this point, right, where people seem to believe that they're just not gonna advertise on certain videos. Yeah, maybe if you have the fucking ISIS Krusty Krab training video up on your channel, they're not gonna monetize that. But you really think that there's not going to be examples of people who were demonetized unfairly even in the past that are going to have their shit monetized by YouTube and not see a penny of it? Because at the end of the day, your status on this platform is already wishy-washy enough, right? You can be here today, gone tomorrow, okay? You could be making bread today, nothing tomorrow. It happens. But when you think about the fact that YouTube is now diversifying their ability to bullshit creators even more, that's a scary thought to me. Because now YouTube has full control over everything here. They run the whole, they've got the whole hand, you know what I'm saying? They basically have ran this deck clean. And there's nothing that creators can really do about it except be mad like this in videos and say something like this in videos. And at the end of the day, the whole adpocalypse things were bullshit in the first place. And I'm going to explain this to you guys, okay? The adpocalypses literally only come down to sheer incompetence in the management of YouTube. There was no legitimate stance for an adpocalypse. These adpocalypses are created by like 2-day stories in the news, right? In publications that are scared of YouTube because it's literally replacing them functionally. So they'll make these hit pieces about something fucking ridiculous, right? And they'll scare the advertisers because they're like, oh my god, a Coca-Cola ad was playing on this video of a child fucking jumping off a bridge, you know what I'm saying? And everyone freaks out. Everyone's like, oh my god, YouTube really put an ad like that on one of these? No one knows how this shit works. They act like YouTube just manually put that on there like, huh, yo, that kid did a backflip, put a Coke ad on that one. Like, come on, dog. So they get into these kinds of situations, right? And instead of just realizing, hey, we're owned by Google. We have the largest ad network on the internet. We literally have an ad network so fucking powerful that advertisers literally cannot afford to leave our platform for an extended period of time. Which is factual information, might I add. I'm sorry, television advertisement and YouTube ads, they're not the same thing. TV ads cost so much because it's an established business that makes money by ripping off advertisers. Let me just say, there's a reason why companies want to advertise on the internet. It's cheaper, it's more effective, more people pay attention to the internet, and at the end of the day, it makes them more money. You can target demographics and age ranges and people with certain interests, and what you can get for a tenth of a TV budget is fucking insane, okay? So companies, they rely on Google's ad network because it's so massive, like it dominates the internet in all reality. But instead of realizing that, the folks at YouTube were like, oh fuck, they're gonna take their money out of our ad network for 2 months if we don't listen and, apologize. These adpocalypses that are causing quote unquote, aka they're just nothing but extra ammunition to really push these forward. But these adpocalypses are fucking bullshit. And it only comes up because the people at Google don't realize what they have. So, I mean, you can believe whatever you want, right? Like, you can believe that YouTube is finally going to tell you the truth and they would never, ever put ads on content that's not ad-friendly to make themselves more money. But what this comes down to, it's a control move. That's all it is. And it's bullshit at the end of the day. It's YouTube taking advantage of a situation that they caused. And who pays the price of it? You and I do, okay? So think about that. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Well, I don't even know what to say anymore. And signing out.